This is a CBS 11 News First Alert Weather Day Update.
Hi there, everyone. Meteorologist Elise joined with meteorologist Jeff Ray in the Weather Center. We're talking about those strong storms rolling through the Metroplex at this time, and we're also still watching this tornado watch. This does include the Metroplex, pretty much hugs up right along the I-35 corridor and then off to the east. Now, this does go until 7 a.m., so we've got a few more hours to go before we can really see that severe threat leaving us, but we will continue to monitor the potential for some of these storms to produce a brief spin-up tornado. So that's the concern there, and that's the reason for that tornado watch. As those storms move into more instability, that potential does remain. We're also, of course, keeping an eye on any wind damage that could occur out of these storms, with the winds up to 60 and possibly 70 miles per hour. So we'll watch that very closely. But as we switch on over to Lynx 1, you're going to see here on our radar the main area, at least right now, where we see the most interest with some gusty winds, and it is moving into eastern sides of Dallas County, stretching up into Collin County. Quite a bit of lightning involved there as we zoom in a little bit closer, and you can kind of see where this is all headed, moving off east and northeast. So Wiley, Rockwall, Farmersville, you're all going to be seeing this here very soon, up around Leonard as well. Quite the lightning show out of this area of storms, but we're going to continue to track and see these really gusty winds. Even if we don't see a warning, we're still talking about some very gusty winds, especially where you see this segment kind of bowing there as it heads out from Dallas County and now pushing towards Kaufman County. Maybe 40, even possibly up to 50-mile-an-hour winds in some spots. So we'll keep tracking that, but as we take a look and kind of sample that leading edge to see if there are any big wind gusts perhaps coming out of that, we're not seeing anything just yet. And Jeff, what are you seeing as far as there we go, there's some wind speed. So again, maybe upwards of 50 miles per hour on that leading line. Jeff?
Yeah, so we continue to watch these storms stay below threshold of any type of warning. At the same time, we know that there is some better support that is coming in. A lot of times as we issue tornado watches, the Storm Prediction Center does, not all the ingredients come together, and at least at the same time, you know, and we had everything at the surface just right for a severe weather outbreak. What we were lacking was something to come and remove the cap, and that was the upper air support that is just now coming in from the west. That's why the tornado watch is still in effect, even though we've had no warnings out here across the overnight hours. It's just that the ingredients could still assemble. Now, as we go back to radar, I'll tell you that our bigger concerns are going to be over from Hunt County, Kaufman County, and down into Navarro County as we go across the rest of the morning. At least this is the area I think that will be most prone, that if we do have a tornado threat, it'll be in the next hour and a half, it'll be in the circled area.
Yeah, that totally makes sense to me too, Jeff. So a good area to kind of highlight for where we would be watchful. That is Terrell, Kaufman, Wills Point, and then heading off a little bit north, even towards Hunt County, we would need to watch for more of that threat. But again, right now, the takeaway, no severe warnings at this time. The tornado watch, though, does include Metroplex and locations pointing to the east until 7 a.m. So we are going to need to watch. And as you can see, Jeff also sampling some very heavy rainfall rates. If you get under one of those bands, you're really going to be dealing with some blinding rain at times heading out early on this morning. But the good news, I do think, out of this is that the worst of it is passing the Metroplex by the time most of you will have that commute this morning. Let's switch on over real quickly to Max 1, and I'm going to show you kind of how this does unfold the rest of today. Of course, there's a cold front moving through. So that cold front is back behind that edge of storms, and we're going to watch as this moves off to the east through the next few hours, which will erase the severe threat for us. As soon as that clears, we're done with the storm threat. So the Metroplex, as we get to 5, 6 o'clock, that threat is done for you, but we will need to watch for our eastern counties as we will be dealing with those strong storms racing out of North Texas by the time we get to late this morning. Of course, you can always track the latest with us right here. CBSDFW.com will be on air as well. CBS 11 through the morning hours, 4:30 to 7.
This has been a CBS 11 News First Alert Weather Day Update.